my mind right now. And to be honest, I'm a little bit scared to talk after Javier's compliance because I have a potty mouth and I say things probably that I shouldn't. But um, I'll just try to do this as quick as I can. But so my husband and I, we were always like very healthy people, took our health seriously and, active, all that stuff. And 5 years ago, we were in a life shattering car accident that basically took everything from us. We both had bad brain injuries. It was during COVID, so there wasn't the proper treatment. A lot of physical injuries like knee replacements, hip replacement, broken, a lot of PTSD, all the things. And over the span of, I guess it was like 4.5 years, we were in physiotherapy full time, and I couldn't walk, I couldn't talk for 2 years. My husband literally had to like carry me around and drive me to all the appointments. And it affected like our whole family. Like, my kids were devastated. They felt like they lost their mom, yada, yada. And I was angry. Like, I was so angry. I'm a very go type of person, and it took everything from me. And they said I would never work again. They said, this is your new normal. You'll never be able to do any of those things again. And for me, I was just like, I want to hurt them, And so we got passed through a lot of doctors, a lot of specialists. We had a whole team of people working with us, and it was just pharmaceutical after pharmaceutical, and so many. Like, in fact, when we went somewhere, like I had to pack a whole suitcase just for my medications. And I was like caught in such a bad loop. My body was in fight or flight for like 4.5 years. They couldn't get my nervous system calmed down. I developed an autoimmune disease. They wouldn't do brain treatment on me unless I had the vaccine. So I got the vaccine 2 right back to back, had a terrible response to that. And they just kept telling me, this is your new normal. Like, this is your life now. And I was just like, I refused to have that. So being in therapy for, 4.5 years, I wasn't healing. I wasn't, and I was searching and searching and searching for a doctor that could help me because none of my doctors were communicating with each other. I actually found out that some of the combinations of drugs that I was on were lethal. Like, I could have died. They don't even know why I didn't die from taking some of them. So I was searching for a doctor that could help me, and I realized that wasn't going to be in Canada and it wasn't going to be in the US because I was too high of a liability with the brain injury and the autoimmune disease and all the stuff. Like, nobody concentrated on all of those things, so nobody would take me on. And I was researching, and I actually researched Dr. Tony. Like, I had researched him, and Alani and I had talked about going down to his clinic in Hermosillo to see him. And then, that was on our list to do. Anyways, my girlfriend, Jackie, and she's here. She's a diamond in the company. I met her in a restaurant. She scanned my husband and I. And over the past 5 years, I've spent over $50,000 in a testing to figure out what is going on in my body and why I'm not healing. That, and I was also on like 27 to 30 pharmaceuticals. But Jackie scanned my husband and I in a restaurant, and she's going through the protocol, and I knew my kidneys were shot, my liver was shot because of all of the autoimmune drugs that I had to inject into myself. And everything that she said, like, I already knew a lot of it, but then there was so much more information that came from the scan than I had gotten with $50,000 worth of extra testing done. And then she starts going over the protocol, and she mentions the doctor's name that's behind it, and it was you. And I was just like, holy freaking cow. Like, I had been researching this doctor already. And it's like, if I wasn't going to make it to Hermosillo, like, one way or another, like, it was happening. And so then Jackie says to me, oh, well, he's actually doing a fly-in with a group of people in like a week and a half. Do you want me to see if I can get you on that trip? And I'm like, what? Oh my God. And I'm just like crying and like goosebumps. And anyway, she called me the next day. She goes, okay, I need your passport information. You're coming to Mexico. And I'm just like, holy Shasta. And And I went and I met you, and like my life changed in that moment. Like you have no idea. You like hugged me. You took my hands and you said, "I got you." And David was wandering around with his little sack and he's handing out Kirkamax and Vitadol, and I'm like, "What is this?" Because I hadn't even been on anything yet. And let me just say that since that trip in June, I have come off of 26 pharmaceuticals that they said I would never come off of. I opened a medical spa. So I'm working, I'm doing all the things that they said I would never do again. I'm living my life. I'm like pain free. I'm not needing a suitcase for all of my medications. Now I need a suitcase for supplements. And it's just like, wow, you guys, like if any, I don't know, if anybody in here has like stories that are like, they said this is the end for you and this is like what it's going to be like for you. Don't listen to that BS, because there is hope, and that's what you gave me, and I am forever grateful to you. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Right. I'm going to try to back that one up. even, yeah, even though I've been living it with her, yeah, I'm more the emotional one, so you'll have to bear with me a little bit. My glasses on, because I'm at that age now. But anyways, first things first, I just want to thank you for having us here today. It's definitely an honor to be here with all of you guys. For me, the greatest testimony has obviously been witnessing my wife's incredible transformation. And from honestly, like just getting by a lot of days to truly thriving in all areas of her life. Watching her get her energy back, her health back, and a spark for life again has been nothing short of amazing. However, what I want to touch base on a little bit is, and what's just as impactful and powerful is how this transformation has impacted the atmosphere in our home. Our kids have their mom back, and I have my wife back. And also, I guess, that being said too, it's definitely reignited a bigger purpose and given us a new mission to share this with as many people as possible. Because when you experience this kind of hope, thank you, you want to share it with other people, as you guys all know. But we truly believe that Vital Health has what people want and need, and that's to help them live healthier and more vibrant lives. So that being said, words can't describe fully the gratitude that I have for this company and the impact it has had on our lives. So we're very thankful, we're very inspired, and we're very excited for what's ahead. So thanks again for having us.
Wow. Thank you so much for sharing that and being so vulnerable. I cannot imagine what those years have felt like and what it feels like to not have hope. In your story, 100%. If anybody felt hope from hearing their story, show them some love. You look vibrant. You're glowing. So beautiful to see. All right. From pain to power. Exactly. That's what we are, you guys. We're really a company that stands for alchemy. Alchemy is just taking the raw material of what you've experienced and turning it into something great. And that's really the essence of our company because of Tony Rodriguez. So thank you for being part of this. That was beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, Letitia, is Letitia Tate? So excited to hear from you.
Woo, woo, woo. I'm excited to be here. How you guys doing today? Oh my God, New York, right? Let me represent right. Oh my God, that is such a powerful testimony. Like, how do I come behind that, y'all? Right? But I just love to see your radiant glow today and just your courage and your bravery to share with us. So I'm excited to share with you all my experience with Vital Health. You know, being a healthcare professional over 25 years, I've watched the degrading of healthcare, and it has been so disheartening. And when I came to Dallas, Texas, and I relocated, I was on a bodacious faith journey, y'all. Okay. And so it was really leaving everything to just go on this journey with God. And so I already knew I'm a plant based vegetarian eater. I live that lifestyle to the fullest. So I already knew in my transition that my body was really depleted of nutrients. And so before Vital Health, I was having bad eye health. Okay. So I'm young, y'all. I have 4 children. And I was like, God, I am not about to be wearing no bifocals. Like, I am too young. I'm too young for any kind of surgeries. I have been dependent on my glasses for 26 years from being pregnant with my daughter. And so I didn't really have any kind of hope around my eye health, but I knew that I wanted something natural. That was very important to me. So before that, I was getting ready to go try to do some more research to find some really clean, whole supplements. Now, I've been trying so many different things, very particular, a lot like Brooke, what I put into my body. And I was really, strict about it. And so I wound up reconnecting with my amazing sponsor, Billionaire Duffel Bag Cowboy. And we happened to be at the same place at the same time. And I overheard him talking to another customer in a cafe we was sitting at. And I was kind of ear hustling, y'all. And so I heard the health and holistic wellness, and that is my jam. So I'm like, okay, I feel like this is my God moment to approach them. And I did. And I started talking to them about what it is that they had done. He came, he showed me, he told me about Vital Health. He gave me some samples of the V Organics. And so I was like, okay, I looked at the ingredients. I knew all about herbal nutrition and nutrients. So I was really excited about that. And so when I took those supplements, you guys, I seen a significant improvement in my eye health within 7 days. And I knew that I was on to something. I don't like to swallow pills. And so the fact that our high caliber, as Dr. Tony says, nutrient rich nourishment for our bodies is highly soluble in water, I was able to take them and be at ease with it. And it actually tasted good. So I was just even surprised about that. So I was like, wow, these are really some clean nutrients. So that really had me in. After taking them, I was like, okay, I feel like I'm sold. I found what I was looking for. I was just really prayerful about it. He showed me the opportunity. And I've tried many multi-level marketing companies and businesses. And this has been my first, y'all. This is my first of being able to recruit. This is my first to be able to receive compensation from a company. This is my first to be able to back up and stand by a God-inspired, wholehearted mission and purpose that God has ordained with love and service for ourselves as well as for people. And so for me, that meant everything because I felt like God had answered my prayers. I feel like he brought me to Dallas, Texas, so that I could come into Vital Health. And that was so amazing for me. And so I just went straight to the system of the product line and the detox, and I went through them all. And as I started to try these nutrients, I was like, this is golden. I am in on something so powerful. And I could just feel the love of God, the presence of God, the unity of God, the camaraderie of God, the family of God in that. And I feel like that's what it's all about, right? God created us all for an amazing purpose and greatness. And I feel like we have all been on this journey of refinement, right? For purpose and destiny. And I believe that God designed this through Dr. Tony and these amazing founders for us all. And I want to leave this with you all today because as we are pursuing purpose and destiny, We must do this. Vital health it's vital. That means that it is absolutely necessary that people get back to the healing and transformation of holistic harmony. That's vital health, y'all. And so we can do that by valuing the virtue and the vision of vital health and our contribution to what we have been chosen to participate in this, right? Being intentional with the interactions of our life, our health, and our business, right? Just trust in the process as we're taking action in the transformative power in our lives and the lives of others. We must align our heart and our mind with the right attitude, guys, so that our actions as we are taking charge in this world today can be effective, productive, and successful. And last but not least, L, my favorite, which is leading with love, excellence, and serving so that we can have the greatest impact and leave a meaningful legacy that transcends generations. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is my vital vitamin for you all today. And let's go out here, rock with greatness, great impact, and power, and abundant blessings to us all. Thank you all for allowing me to share. Blessings to you all.
Woo, woo, woo. Well, that was powerful. Anybody feel uplifted after that?
Yeah.
All right. That was beautiful. Thank you so much for saying that. And I mean, you look beautiful with bifocals too. You look beautiful no matter what, Letitia. You gorgeous. But we're happy to hear about your eye health. All right, Chapa, one of my favorite humans. So excited for you guys to hear from him today.
Hey guys, that's hard to follow. Some dynamic stories, testimonies. We're having church up in here, guys. My name is Andrew Chapa. I go by Chapa. It's easy to remember. I'm a former Marine. I've been in the health and wellness for 40-something years. I've been a competitive bodybuilder, ran marathons. As a former Marine, I was one of those Marines that, we talk about exposures to contamination. I drank the water in Camp Lejeune. And so that was back in the Reagan administration. So fast forward to 2019, and some things happened because of that. I was diagnosed with leukemia and a blood disorder, and had a stroke with it. Yay, go team. Whole left side was gone right off the bat. Not there's many pharmaceuticals as you, but I was on 8 pharmaceuticals. And then fast forward a few years later, actually it was 2023, never forget, it was right before Christmas, I had sugar level issues. And so I had one more Band-Aid to add to the regiment. And I remember, guys, I'm a man of faith. I remember after Christmas, my wife and I, my beautiful bride, will be married 39 years next month. Thanks, my bride Lisa, 5 kids and now 7 grandkids. God is good. All that being said, guys, I remember after Christmas, kids were going home, grandkids were going home. It was a great fellowship, but I felt horrible. The paperwork, on paper, I looked great, but inside, guys, I was depressed. I didn't feel well, as you can relate. I just didn't have that zest, that pep for just getting out of bed. Bloated, guys, it was horrible. It was horrible. And I remember and praying with my wife and just wanting something to come along to help alleviate this Band-Aid stuff I'm on. And so I remember that was 2023, the turn of 2024, one of my good friends, dynamic couple, David and Brooke here. I knew they were doing something, but I didn't know what they were doing. I knew it was holistic, and I didn't know what it was. But we got connected with David and got on the scanner and did the detox. And this was April 24. And so then got some detox product, sugar levels back to normal. Yay. So what else we got? So all that being said, then got on the regimen of full products, and fast forward to I gave blood every 60 days to help with my thickness of my blood. I was hemoglobin numbers just give you should be normal about 13. Mine were 18, 19 for the last 30 years. So all that being said, fast forward to 2024, November, first time my hemoglobin was at normal. Fast forward to this year, 2025, in March, my numbers were actually just a little lower than they should be. I couldn't give blood for the first time in 30 years, guys. So all that being said, met with a VA doctor, and we had a discussion. Numbers look good. She wanted to refill my Band-Aids, and told her I had not been taking them because she knew I wasn't, because the refills had not been refilled. All that being said, that day is June, end of June. I was actually got to rip the Band-Aid off and get rid of nine of those Band-Aids, all 9 of them. With that being said, my VA said, you know what? Why don't you come back in 60 days just in case we need to get you on those Band-Aids again. She didn't say Band-Aids though. Anyway, went back, which was back at this past August, and everything's still good, guys. Everything's still good. So all that being said, like the panel up here, guys, God is good. We're in the right place at the right time. And all that had to happen, you know, a lot of times we feel like, some of you may, I don't know, but we feel like, why me? And I remember when I did have my stroke, I was, another story, but I was like, why not me? You know, because God has purpose and reason and everything. And I told my wife, I said, going back to 1980s, Camp Lejeune, drinking that contaminated water had to happen for me to be on this journey, to be blessed by what something Dr. Tony and his family created for us to be here tonight. So on your journey is your journey, right? So we are here today because of a situation that happened whenever it happened, but it had to happen for us to be at the right place at the right time for the right things to happen. Thank you.
Everybody get a round of applause for our incredible panelists today. Thank you so much for sharing your journeys, and thank you for sharing hope to everybody, because literally to see you guys on stage and to literally you guys are glowing, you guys are joyful, you guys are amazing human beings. I know you guys well, and it's just a really big deal. Tony, this is what you've done.
Thank you, Dr. Tony.
Thank you. All right, thank you guys. This is beautiful.